my friends, and welcome to this special edition vlog all about Brisbane. Brisbane took out the top spot for the TripAdvisor Traveller's Choice Destinations on the Rise for the South Pacific. These destinations were selected using a super fancy TripAdvisor algorithm. These looked at destinations all over the world, and in the South Pacific, Brisbane came up as numero uno. Brisbane won! I'm stoked, this makes me really happy. We beat out chumps like Hobart and Margaret River. Hobart, whatever. I don't mean that, I love you, Hobart. The guys at TripAdvisor contacted me to let me know about it and wanted me to do some ambassador work. So that's what I'm doing. I'm repping OG Brisbane. I have lived most of my life in Brisbane and I absolutely love living here. It's like an overgrown country town. And people will tell you that. They'll say, don't go to Brisbane, there's nothing to do there. I disagree. I thought that I would share with you guys some of my top tips for seeing Brisbane. Where to eat, where to shop, where to stay, and a little bit about what makes Brisbane Brisbane, really, because we're kind of weird up here and I like that. In terms of places to stay, we've got some pretty sweet hotels in Brisbane. My top picks would be Nest Hotel. It's a really good location. It's got all these like really modern technology things going on. I'd also recommend a stay at Spices Balfour, which is a new farm. Great food, luxe, away from the city. You're gonna need to catch public transport around. You can get around for free using the City Hopper. So that's the little ferry, it's a red one, gets around on the Brisbane River. If you're going to catch the bus, there's one very important rule that you need to know. You gotta say thank you to the bus driver. If you get off and you don't say thank you to that bus driver, and the rest of the bus doesn't hear you, we're gonna look down on you. You probably won't say anything, but you may lose the respect of everybody else on that bus. If you're looking to go shopping while you're in town, of course everyone's going to tell you to go to the Queen Street Mall. If you're after something a bit more boutique, you can stroll yourself across to West End, or you can stroll yourself down to the Valley, and that's where you'll find more of those boutique kind of shops. And you really want to get your drink on, let's pop some bottles. You should visit Hotel Jen. They have a great on-site restaurant called Nest Brisbane. Their cocktail list is fantastic. If you head on down to the Valley, you'll find Les Bubbles. That just opened up. It's really cool. It's got this French, New York kind of thing going on. I would also recommend visiting the Eagle's Nest. Great place for a Sunday session if you want some really gorgeous afternoon sunny drinks. If you really want to get down and dirty, you really feel like a good old-fashioned grubby night out, go to the Down Under Bar. Dub, dub, dub. You're gonna have a fun night, probably. When it comes to food, we've got heaps of great restaurants in Brisbane. Some of my favourites are Laue Bistro, which is over South Bank Way. Lennon's restaurant, they do fantastic food. Their breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's all muy bueno. If you're after something a bit more budget friendly, go to the Valley and check out Vietnam House. They do amazing Vietnamese food, all kinds of stuff, really, really delicious. For a lunch that's a little more fancy and gourmet, I have to tell you to go to Spring Food and Wine. That's one of my favourite places to eat in the city. The food there is amazing. I also recommend heading down to the river. River Bar and Kitchen is a fantastic spot. Head down there of an afternoon before the sun sets. Beautiful place. When it comes to things to do, you've got to get outdoors. That's the Brisbane lifestyle. So we recommend things like hiring a bike and riding around the river. There are some great loops you can do. Stop and grab an ice cold beer or a nice cold fruit shake along the way. Divine. You can go stand up paddleboarding or kayaking in the Brisbane River. We know it's brown, not really appealing. There's rumours of killer mutant bull sharks in there. You should be right, don't worry about it. Walk yourself over the Goodwill Bridge. It's a foot and bicycle bridge. Over the other side, you'll find this great area in South Bank. There's heaps of bars, great restaurants. There's this beautiful grassy area. I personally would recommend grabbing a froyo from somewhere and sitting yourself down there on the grass. Sometimes they have live music there too, so it's definitely worth visiting the South Bank website and checking what they recommend they've got on. If you love markets, you're in for a real treat. Every Wednesday from 8 AM to 6 PM, the Jam Powers markets pop up at the top of Queen Street and George Street. You can also head out to the Jam Powers markets at New Farm of a weekend. They're on the 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month. Or you can walk yourself down to the West End markets. Lots of locals there, food, produce, arts and crafts, all that kind of stuff. I also recommend a trip to GOMA, the Gallery of Modern Arts. It's nice and cold in there if it's a stinking hot day. The art exhibitions they have are gorgeous, but one of my favourite things to do myself or to show visitors is to take them up to the Kangaroo Point cliffs at sunset. And I know it's the most cliche thing to do, but it's awesome. It's so beautiful up there. great spot for photographs, so if you're from out of town, check that out. Here are a few bonus tips also for out of towners. So if you're from overseas and you really want to have a bit of a novel experience, go down to West End, rip your shoes off, walk into a cafe and have yourself some breakfast. You can tell all your friends about it and take photos for Instagram. If you're in the city with a real chocolate craving, head directly to the Noosa Chocolate Factory. They do the best hot chocolates and mochas of your life, and they have amazing chocolate all around. And if you do go, please pick me something up. Dark chocolate covered almonds, please. Oh. If you love to party on a Sunday night, you should go to Fluffy at the Family. It absolutely goes off. Don't even think about coming to Brisbane if you don't go and pay tribute to the King of Queensland. It's Wally! So you should go to Suncorp Stadium and you should pay tribute to Wally and all the bountiful gifts that he has given us as Queenslanders. You go to see him, you should take a sacrifice. He enjoys fine salamis, skewered leg hams, quiche, the like. Lay it at his feet. Worship Wally. Wally! Who or what is a Stefan? Nobody really knows, but legend has it if you can find him and grab him and give him a kiss on the cheek, you'll have good luck for 12 years. You should also try and make friends with a local and ask them to take you barefoot bowling. Because it's not for old people, it's for cool hipsters like you and me. But mostly you. It's not really about the bowling, it's about the beer. Brisbane is da bomb. And the cool thing about that is that the people of TripAdvisor agree. TripAdvisor is a one-stop shop for booking your trip to your next destination. Everything from flights, accommodation, activities, holiday rentals, and tours without leaving the TripAdvisor website. Plan, compare, and book the perfect getaway using the ultimate free travel companion. And what I like about it is the information that's on there doesn't come from people that work at these places. It comes from people like you and me. Real people that went there and experienced it. To learn more about Brisbane or your next holiday destination, visit the TripAdvisor website or mobile app and type in what you're looking for. TripAdvisor will help you book your best trip every trip.